We begin with breaking news tonight in Orange County, where K-rails there were no match for a flash flood in Trabuco Canyon. That is video from this afternoon. CHP posted that video to Facebook. Officers say Trabuco Canyon is now closed between Rose Canyon and Plano Trabuco until further notice.
And drivers got soaked in the San Fernando Valley this afternoon. And
of course, CBS 2 is on storm watch at this hour. Showers expected to linger for days, and snow could fall on many of you come tomorrow.
We do have storm watch team coverage for you tonight.
All right, let's start in with Garth Kemp, who is tracking those conditions for you now. Garth?
Yeah, well, we are picking up urban flooding down to the south, where you guys were just talking about over towards Trabuco Canyon. If we can lose my name, there it is. Even farther south a little bit there. That's street flooding going on through the area. We have wind advisories continuing as the winds will kick up for the high deserts as well. And then we have a high surf advisory, and our winter storm warning for all mountain locations continue. So today, the final little ump of this thing through today and through tomorrow. This is, well, I shouldn't say the final. It's going to stay scattered. But you get these points where you get some heavier rain kind of moving through in these little areas. You can see them up just north of Santa Barbara. For us right now, a little bit better. Calabasas, some light rain right over Decker Canyon in towards the Malibu area, right across the 405. Santa Clarita, the 5 coming away from the Newhall Pass. We continue to pick up light showers and then heavier showers down to the south. Temecula, that's a problem with the burn areas when we get them down to the south. You can just see they continue to be swept inshore. We've had so much rain, even little bits continue to move stuff for us. Out towards Hemet, light showers right up on the 215 and 15 from our friends in Elsinore. Rancho Santa Margarita, you're getting some light showers just exiting over to Laguna Niguel right now, but you can see the rotation as we continue to move this stuff in. Snow levels are coming down. That could affect the Grapevine. That's why we're seeing winter storm warnings. We're not done yet. It's showery now, but it's still in the area for at least another 24 to 36 hours. And then we're tracking what could be some more rain coming up at the end of the week. We'll show you all that. Complete forecast in just a few minutes. Back to you guys.
Okay, Garth, thank you. We'll have more of that. Of course, we just showed you that video of the flash flooding there in Trabuco Canyon.
Wow.
This on the Orange County side of the Holy Fire burn scar.
Well, tonight, CBS 2's Adriana Weingold is on the Riverside County side of the Holy Fire burn area. She's live in Lake Elsinore. Adriana?
Well, fortunately, we're getting a bit of a break in the weather right now, but the rain has been coming down pretty heavily for most of the day. Now, the concern out here are the storm basins. Earlier today, crews were out here clearing mud and debris from the storm basins, but we were told, we were actually standing where we are now when the rain was coming down, and crews told us to get out of the way, that it was dangerous because these storm basins have the potential to overflow right into the street. Dump trucks lined up along Brookstone Lane in Lake Elsinore, hauling away tons of mud from a debris basin that runs right by these homes. A few miles away on Nottingham in the Laguna evacuation zone, several homes are now unlivable after a powerful storm washed mud and debris right into them.
The potential to come down this area is 250 truckloads. That's what could hit us. And if that's the case, there wouldn't be houses standing anymore.
Tara Swick and her family were forced to move out back in December after a wall of mud cascaded into her home. She came back today to get the last of her belongings while crews begin to clean up.
We're worried. I mean, before you used to think, oh, it could happen, it's not really going to happen. Well, everything's been happening. The fire did come to this side. Debris did wash down into us, so.
Just a couple of blocks away, sandbags line the streets of yet another neighborhood that sits in the shadow of the Holy Fire burn scar. Adrian Rodriguez has lived here for 30 years and says the sandbags are doing their job. He's keeping them in place for the rest of the rainy season.
Because the county is doing a great job, keeping everything clean and taking all the dirt away. So far, the last few rains we've had, we haven't had any problems, which is great.
Rodriguez's home has so far escaped major storm damage. Neighbors continuing to brace for even more rain as crews get ready to clear even more mud and debris that could wash down from the hillside. And residents that we spoke with say they hope that the majority of the debris has already washed off the hillside. Still, as you can see, many people have rows and rows of sandbags lined up outside their homes, and they say that they will keep those sandbags here until the rainy season is finally over. We are live in Lake Elsinore. Adriana Weingold, CBS 2 News.
Good luck to those folks tonight, Adriana. Thank you so much. And days of rain proving too much for some trees. In San Gabriel, a big tree came crashing down there overnight. As you can see, it landed on a car and nearly hit a house on North Arroyo Drive. Steve Fong saw the tree fall onto a car.
I saw the car shake and then shifted over. Looks pretty bad.
Well, thankfully, no one was injured.
And be sure to stay on top of the weather conditions where you are with our CBS 2 weather app. It's free to download for both Apple and Android devices.
A lot of questions right now remain in that fiery crash that killed 5 in Yorba Linda. That plane appeared to mysteriously fall out of the sky and broke up in pieces before it crashed into a home and a neighborhood. A CBS 2 Orange County reporter Michelle Gili is live now with new details on that investigation tonight. Michelle?
That's right, and we now know who was piloting that twin-engine Cessna that took off from Fullerton yesterday, bound for Reno. He is a 75-year-old who I'm told has been flying for years, a former police officer. I know from a relative that he would come here often to see his daughter and grandkids in Torrance.
What is that noise? And it got louder and louder and louder. So until it was so piercing, I wanted to cover my ears, and then there was an explosion. We need you to back out of the area. We're going to be doing evacuation.
The pilot who died along with 4 people on the ground in Yorba Linda Sunday was identified late today as Antonio Pastini, a former Chicago police officer and veteran aviator. The last seconds of the flight, as seen on security video, were chilling. The NTSB's lead investigator describes a Cessna that made a rapid descent.
A few witness reports say that they saw the airplane coming out of a cloud at a very high speed before parts of the airplane, such as tail and then subsequently wings, started to break off. So we're dealing with the in-flight breakup, and that actually is consistent with this large debris field that we have around this area.
Twisted airplane parts are scattered over 4 blocks near Crestnell Drive. Officials say there is debris in and around 16 homes near the Yorba Linda Country Club. By far the worst is here, which was the house of longtime residents. Parts of the wreckage and an engine landed on the roof and set the home on fire. Sheriff's deputies say this is where 4 members of a family who had gathered for a Super Bowl party were killed. They are 2 men and 2 women and can't be positively identified without DNA testing.
Unfortunately, the condition of the additional 4 deceased will require the use of additional measures such as DNA to obtain official identification.
Relatives and neighbors confirmed that one of the deceased victims lived here in Norco. They explained that he and his wife went to watch the Super Bowl at her parents' in Yorba Linda. Officials say 2 adults, a male and a female, did manage to escape from the inferno, and they will survive. And we have just learned that those 2 people were treated and released at UCI Medical Center yesterday, but were never admitted to the hospital. Now back to the pilot for a moment. We know that he volunteered his services for Angel Flight medical missions. And interestingly, he also, when he worked for the Chicago PD, went by a different name, Jordan Isaacson. I'm told that he recently changed his name to Antonio. That's the latest live here in Yorba Linda. I'm Michelle Gili. Back to you.
Michelle, thank you so much. LA City Council members putting up a $100,000 reward tonight to catch 2 killers. Pedro Hernandez was murdered last September. Gregory Baltazar was murdered 3 weeks ago. Both men were from Sylmar. Hernandez's sister is pleading tonight for anyone who knows about her brother's murder to please come forward.
If it was a young person who did it, in my part, I forgive you, but you need to come up and say, I messed up, I shouldn't have fired, and we need to just stop the violence, stop the guns. He didn't have to go.
Today, the council announced separate $50,000 rewards for tips leading to the arrest and conviction in both killings.
Heartbreak tonight for fans of The Young and the Restless. A longtime star of the show, actor Kristoff St. has died. Tonight, CBS 2's Sharon Tay is live in our newsroom with more on this tragedy. Sharon.
Susie and Jeff, Kristoff St. was 52 years old. Reports say alcohol may have played a role in his death, but the LA County Coroner's Office says it will wait for toxicology test results before announcing the cause of death. Kristoff St. was a father to 2 young girls and tragically lost his adult son to suicide in 2014.
On our way any minute.
Kristoff St. John was known to millions of fans as Neil Winters on the long-running CBS soap opera The Young and the Restless.
Be able to open up to me about anything you want.
St. John had starred on the show since 1991. His attorney says the actor was found unresponsive inside his Woodland Hills home yesterday afternoon.
I will campaign till the day that I die to bring justice for my son.
In 2014, St. John's son Julian committed suicide while receiving treatment at a mental health facility.
That call was the worst call I've ever had in my life. I knew that Julian had died.
St. John had reportedly struggled since his son's death. Last month was the last time he took to Twitter, replying to a post that read, "Grieving the loss of a child is a process. It begins on the day your child passes and ends the day the parent joins them." He wrote, "Never a truer word was spoke." As police continue their investigation into St. John's death, his fiancée is reacting on Instagram, writing, "You were everything to me. You were a loving father, a loving man." St. John leaves behind his fiancée and 2 young daughters. CBS and Sony issued a statement earlier today saying this: "For those of us who were fortunate enough to work with him on The Young and the Restless for the last 27 years, he was a beloved friend whose smile and infectious laugh made every day on a set a joy and made audiences love him." I was also fortunate enough to meet Kristoff about 5 years ago when he was a guest on the CBS 2 News This Morning. He struck me as extremely kind. He was grounded. This is all a very, very sad thing. Our thoughts and prayers go out to the family. Back to you.
Certainly it's a big loss, Sharon.
Yeah,
Thank you. More than 3,000 U.S. soldiers are headed right now to the southern border.
Yeah, they'll be installing wire barriers between ports of entry and providing support to Customs and Border Protection. This as the president continues to threaten a national emergency to get his border wall. In an interview with CBS's Face the Nation moderator Margaret Brennan, the president would not rule out another government shutdown.
Would you shut down the government again?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens on February 15th. And
you're not taking it off the table?
Well, I don't take anything off the table. I don't like to take things off the table. It's that alternative. It's national emergency.
And here's the latest in a new CBS News YouGov poll. 66% of Americans are against the president declaring a national emergency in order to build a southern border wall.
Well, the mayor in Nogales, Arizona calls more razor wire added to the border fence a step in the wrong direction. Mayor Arturo Guarino recently asked for the wire to be removed. Instead, more was added over the weekend. Guarino says the city already responds to people falling off the fence, and the wire will only make things worse.
We're told border security and the wall will be major talking points during the president's State of the Union address scheduled for tomorrow. Of course, we will carry that address for you live right here on CBS 2 starting at 6 p.m. Well, next here on CBS 2 News at 5, the Rams return to L.A. hours after their Super Bowl 53 loss. Hear from fans who are waiting to greet the team.
She just blew me away.
And meet the woman behind the woman, the music producer who helped discover Lady Gaga.
And toward your side gets results for homeowners who lost everything in the Woolsey fire. They're still being charged for utilities they're no longer using.
Still some scattered showers throughout the area. Your forecast coming up.